Hi friends, how's everybody? It's Christina today. And actually what I want to do is I want to start the story of my weight loss journey that started officially 10 years ago. And it'll probably be coming up in May, June, probably June or so. It'll be 10 years ago that I officially started. Yes, I'm in my bathroom against my little office because I can get peace and quiet in here. And it's been a long day. I had my baby today from 12:30 to 6:30. And he's not feeling that good. And he's very clingy. Then Grandma had to cook dinner. And then the two came home from school. And they're just rambunctious and loud. The TV's going. So I just came in here to get a little bit of peace and quiet and sit down and relax and talk to you guys. So all my life I've been heavy. My mom and dad were heavy. My grandparents were heavy. And my brothers weren't because they played hockey. I played softball during the summer, but I was still heavy. But when you look back onto when I was younger, when I was in high school in the 80s, I was approximately a size 16 or 18. And that was very heavy back then because it wasn't really a problem. Now it seems to be a problem because we all eat fast food so much and the portions, everybody knows it's easier to get packaged food, prepared food, especially if you have a busy schedule and your kids got a lot of things to do. But for some reason, I got the heavy gene. As my brothers are getting older, it's catching up with them. Darn. And because, it was a horrible childhood, being heavy back then. And it's like my parents didn't see themselves as that. They just saw me. And, it was horrible that I was like that. And why couldn't I be this? Why couldn't I be that? But anyways, that's another story. So I had looked into, there was this lady I worked with and she had weight loss surgery. And when she came back, that was when the bypass was new. And she came back from work and she just looked, wow, wonderful. But at the time I would have had to switch my insurance and it wasn't time to switch my insurance and it just kind of left my mind. I did a lot of talking, I did a little bit of research. And then June 8th, 2001, on my way to work, I was in a car accident. I have not worked since June 7th, 2001, when he hit us at going approximately 50 miles per hour. We were at a dead stop. We were in a low car. It was a hatchback. The hatchback was pushed into the back of the seats. He tried to get around us. And when he did, he collapsed my side of the car, the side of my side of the car. And they had decided then I had a seizure or two in the car. I was unconscious for over 4 hours. They call that a mini coma. I went to one hospital. Then they sent me to another one because I thought I needed brain surgery. But luckily, my brain was bleeding, but on the outside, not the inside. And besides being banged up and bruised up, and I do have a traumatic head injury now, it messes with my walking, it messes with my memory, my balance. I do have non-epileptic seizures. My headaches are not too bad. From that, they say I got fibromyalgia, and I hurt every day head to toe. It's not an excuse. It just is. I get up every day. And it's hard sometimes, but I do what I got to do because, my littles depend on me. And Grandma's got to get him up. Grandma's got to get him ready for school. Grandma's got to get him out the door, all that good stuff. And then 2 days a week, I have my 9-month-old now. But it's usually just me, him, and the baby. Me and the baby. Yeah, Ember, she's 3. She's my baby. My baby girl, but I'm going to be having another baby girl probably in August. So I had to learn how to walk over. I went to another hospital. I was in 3 different hospitals. So at the time, my mom would come see me every day, and she would bring me KFC, Pizza Hut, whatever, and I would eat, and then I'd get hungry, and Mom would go get me something, and I was spoiled. And at that point, I was 300 pounds or over. I was over 300 pounds. I will show you a picture of when I had my 40th birthday. We went away to Chicago for the weekend. I have some pictures from that. When I show you this picture, I'm in the pink. But I got even bigger after that. At that point, I was wearing a 22, 24. And I got up to a 30, 32 that were extremely tight on me. My friend lived across the street. Just walking from my house to her house, I was out of breath. And at that point, I knew I had to do something. But why? Who cared? I mean, I was a little bit scared, but not so much. I'm trying to. There we go. Maybe I'm not so hazy now. But, so then my friend ended up having a bleed. And she had a daycare, so I was running her business for a while. And I was getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, getting in bed 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. Monday through Friday, getting up and doing that, and I dropped about 50 pounds. And the highest I knew, I got on the scale, it said 353. And I know I got heavier than that. Alright, let's try it without the light to see if that's better. So, I had to do some stuff for my kids, so I went and got the pictures. Now at that point, I don't really know how much I weighed, probably around 350. So like I said, the highest I knew I got to was 353 on the scale, but I got bigger because I had to get bigger clothes and then they got tighter. So after that, my best friend's sister had a massive coronary, was in the hospital. The next day, my mother-in-law died. 2 days after that, my best friend's brother died. And a week later, less than a week later, her dad died. So we buried 3 people in 8 days. And at that point, she's like, let's look into weight loss surgery like you did before. So I finally got them on board with it. And we went to a seminar. We made an appointment to talk to the doctor. And that was July, August maybe. And since my BMI was over 50, I got the 6-month diet waived. I had Blue Care Network, and they waived the 6-month diet because of my, there we go. Just need to open my shower curtain. They waived the 6-month diet because my BMI was over 50. I still had to see a cardiologist. I had to take a stress test, and I had to have a psychological evaluation, and they said I was ready for the surgery. I said I was ready for the surgery. And the cardiologist told me that I had a very nice looking heart. It was nice and small like it should be, and there was no fat around it, which is very surprising for as big as I was. And I did not have high blood pressure. I did not have diabetes. I did not have high cholesterol. I was extremely lucky. But I knew at that size, having problems walking and the seizures and everything else, my family has adult onset diabetes at 50. I didn't want to live that life. I wanted to get healthy, and I wanted to get the weight off, so I didn't pick up any of those things. And I wanted to be a good grandma if I became one. I wanted to play with my grandchildren. I wanted to spend time with my grandchildren. I didn't want to be a big blob that did nothing with them. You know, my grandparents were my life, and they were all gone by the time I was 14, and that devastated me. I miss my grandparents so much because they loved me, and I knew they loved me. They told me, and they showed me, and I wanted to be a grandma like that. I wanted my grandkids to know I love them more than life itself. I'm sorry. I love my mom, but I didn't want to be a grandma like my mom. I wanted to spend time with my grandkids. My mom's now a great grandma because my children have children, and she has grandchildren the same age as her great-grandchildren. And she lives in North Carolina with my sister, and I'm lucky if I see her once a year, and I usually see her for one day, and she stays at my brother's house. Again, that's a whole nother story. So I went in and I knew everything about the gastric bypass. I knew everything about the lap band. At that time, that's the only 2 surgeries they did, I thought. I found out later that they had a procedure called the duodenal switch, and that is something for people with BMIs over 50. So I met my surgeon. I went in, he stuck, the camera down your throat, and I did have the bacteria in my stomach, so we had to clear that up. But I was cleared on everything. First visit. First visit to the cardiologist, I did like 8 minutes on the treadmill, and I told him, I said, I'm sorry, I'm done. And they were actually impressed. They said that was quite a while for a treadmill, especially, with me being heavy. But I was always active. I bowled, I played baseball. I worked in a grocery store. I worked in retail, up and down letters, unloading trucks. None of that stopped me. My size did not stop me at all. I thought I wore cute clothes. I always covered myself up. It never bothered me. But, and I always got lots of compliments on how I looked, the clothes I wore, and how nice I looked. And, that was nice because I tried to take pride in myself. I wanted to make my husband and my children happy. I didn't want nobody to be embarrassed by me. But at that point, I knew that I needed to do something, especially not being able to work anymore. And I wasn't active. I mean, going grocery shopping would wear me out. Where we used to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we used to go, be at Target when they opened at 7, grab some breakfast, get our nails done, run to the mall and do what we had to do there, and then run out to lunch, and then go grocery shopping or whatever we need. Sometimes we get home to midnight, and I was good to go. And then the accident happened that changed my life. But now, I will tell you, being heavy saved my life. They said if I wasn't as heavy as I was, that when he hit me, I would have flew out the front windshield. All the way, I don't know. Halfway, probably. And I probably would have been killed. I had the impression of the door on my right arm for a year. I had a hematoma in my head that you could see. It stuck out right here for a year. I walked with a walker at first, and then I graduated to a cane, and then I started having seizures. And if I was out and I would have a seizure, now my seizures are not epileptical. I do not fall to the ground. I do not roll my head back, roll my eyes. I just tremble. My whole body trembles, and I shake, and I look like, when I walk, I remind myself like if somebody who's had a stroke, and how they walk sometimes. That's what I remind myself of. And it's just amazing how people stop and stare at you, and then being heavy on top of it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have heavy. I was downright fat. I was super morbidly obese. And I was headed to the super category. But I didn't make it there, thank goodness. And as of right now, as of Monday, I weigh 149.2. I'm only 4'11". I'm still obese. I know I've lost over 200 pounds, and I only count from 353. So I've lost 203 point something. 204. I'll give myself that point something. So I've lost 204 pounds, and I'm still obese. And that bothers me. I'm happy that I've lost all the weight. I'm not happy with what I look like. But it is what it is, and I'm alive. So I got the bacteria in my stomach all cleared up. And my surgery was scheduled. And I'm going to stop this here. This is my weight loss story. Maybe I'll call this, what can I call this? I don't know, I'll think of something. But this is part 1. I have no idea how many parts it is. So if you enjoy this, please just, let me know. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. There's a lot more I have to tell you, because there's 10 years of what happened. And some of it you're probably not going to believe. If I didn't live it, I wouldn't believe it. Like, if something could happen to 1 in a million people, I am that millionth person. Always. My whole life. Every single time. So, friends, thank you. If you enjoyed my story so far, give me a like. And I will talk to everybody down in the comments, and I hope I'm not too hazy and I have enough light in here, because it's quiet. Good acoustics, I guess. I don't know, but I get a couple minutes by myself. I love my littles, but sometimes Grandma just needs a break by herself, and today is just that time. So thank you for listening. We will continue this. I'm not going to wait every week. I'm not going to say, oh, here you go, we got to wait till next week. So I'll do another one. I might start part 2 a little bit later. I may wait till tomorrow. I don't know. But it'll be coming. I would try to get this up tonight, which is Wednesday. And I'll definitely have, if I don't tomorrow, Friday, get part 2 up. I'm not sure exactly how many parts there's going to be, because I like to talk. So I guess I'll go, because I'm just talking to her out. Chatty Christina, that's me. So tell your friends about me. Invite them. Don't forget, 100 subscribers. We're having a giveaway. I got my little pile of growing. It's not too much, but it's something. Something to show that I appreciate you guys sharing my life with me, showing interest in me. So, and when you see my other videos, I filmed a lot yesterday in the same clothes. So, oh, here comes somebody. So, that's why you see me in the same shirt, because I filmed video after video after video to get out of the way. I had some quiet time. All right, friends, I'm gonna go. Miss Ember came in. I gotta see what she needs. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.